So you Sagittarius have the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, the Seven of Pentacles, and last but not least, the Three of Wands. Sagittarius did show up in your own reading. Wow. The Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Swords. A lot of you Sagittarius have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. I'm seeing how a lot of you Sagittarius, very much so, you have big options in the sense of the Queen of Pentacles. You're content. A lot of you Sagittarius are happy to be single, happy to be taken. No one can stress you out by threatening you with singlehood. You're good. A lot of you Sagittarius have made sure of that because a lot of you Sagittarius have set yourself up. The better ones of you have set yourself up for success, where emotionally, right, you're okay. You don't necessarily have to be with somebody. The Nine of Cups and the Page of Swords, and you're, like I said, you're content on your own. The Page of Swords, you have your own principles that it is that you Sagittarius stand on, and you haven't necessarily met anyone so far. I want to say within the past couple of years, I want to say about 1 year or so, 1 to about 2 years, that actually match those principles, right? But at the same time, a lot of you Sagittarius are unwilling to budge on those said principles. So the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles represents a lot of you, the way that a lot of you Sagittarius are looking at it is, if it's meant to be, then it is what it is. If it's not, and whatever, right? You'll continue to move through life without having to stress being in a relationship so much, right? But would you want one? Ten of Pentacles? Yeah, you would, you know. But it takes, it takes the perfected individual spiritually, right? What they call the perfected substance, or the philosopher's stone, basically, which is the perfected individual, the person that understands love, the person that understands love exists. But not only does it exist, but it does not exist from a controlling aspect. Love is not about control, right? But at the same time, a lot of you Sagittarius may not have necessarily found someone like that. And to be honest, you Sagittarius may not necessarily understand those principles yourself. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm saying that you may not experience that upper room type of experience. The Nine of Swords represents, because it seems like the people that you tried to experience it with was pretty much a letdown. The bar, as you can see, the bar was pretty much low for what it is that you were going for and what it is that you were accepting. The Eight of Pentacles, however, represents, but you're not doing that anymore, accepting low bar offers where people try to lowball you, and it's always about how you Sagittarius need to accept that this person is going to cheat, this person is going to be dysfunctional, this person is going to do this, they're going to be out of shape, The Eight of Pentacles represents, well, here's the thing. The Eight of Pentacles is you're learning how to actually have, I should say, you're building up that self-respect, that concrete, strong, unbreakable level of self-respect. It's not delusion. It's not arrogance. It's not overconfidence. It's principles, right? Because a lot of you Sagittarius have realized that you lacked principles. Yeah, you're the wild horse or the wild stallion or the wild mare and all that. But what are your principles, though? And a lot of times people have distracted you and got you off of your own path with distraction, because that's what it is that they've done. They could only distract you with what it is that you said that you want. So the Eight of Pentacles represents a lot of you Sagittarius are realizing that you got to go for the principles. You have to go for the things that truly matter as the foundation of the type of relationship that you want, a concrete one. And then all the extra stuff, build, right? See where it is that you can build, and then build on the extra stuff. So the Temperance represents, this would be very good for you to understand. Take your own advice, because the Temperance is about, you're definitely on the right track. You're definitely starting to get closer and closer towards actually figuring out that love that it is that you want, right? And coming to that real high level spiritual and physical realization. But the Seven of Pentacles represents, but there are some more obstacles in your way that you are going to have to experience. Three of Wands, and one of those obstacles is the idea of the way you think, right? Some of you may have to travel. Sagittarius is travel. Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, and Virgo. Those are travel. Those are travel zodiac signs. So, you Sagittarius, being a zodiac sign of travel, you may want to be able to travel, like I said, different parts of your city, right? Different cities in your state. If you're not necessarily physically traveling, you Sagittarius may want to envision and travel internally, mentally, envision in your mind what is the type of relationship that you do want, and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if that type of relationship exists. Is it realistic? Not saying that you Sagittarius don't have a realistic type of love, but is the things that you want in a significant other really a foundational thing where it's a standard which is foundational, or is it a preference where it's not necessary, right? Having integrity is a standard. Being tall is a preference. Why? Because a person who is under 6 feet can have integrity. So just pay attention to your own preferences and standards as you think about this. So let's clarify some of the cards. Let's clarify the Temperance. To clarify the Temperance, we have the Ace of Cups, excuse me. The Ace of Cups, the Magician, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So to clarify the Temperance, right? The Temperance, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. And also, too, be careful if people are trying to trick you into acting like they are the right one for you, or they have standards, right? So, because I'm seeing here in the future, you will get some people who will try, right, to talk to you and come off like they're decent at first. But then the more you get to know them, the longer you get to know them, that may not be who they are. The Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords, right? They may start to let their mask slip a little bit too much, and then you Sagittarius see straight through them. You see their face, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what it is that you're trying to hide from me. But they're going to make up excuses and try to make it seem like you Sagittarius don't know what it is that you're talking about. But you do know what you're talking about. So if anyone lets their mask slip and they show you that they're not really who they presented themselves to be, right, the first time around, it's time for you to bounce.